All right, welcome. We're located at Vigils for the DFC Championship tournaments. We got 3 divisions all ready to have their first champion crowned. We got heavy, medium, and elemental. We're going to be starting things off in the elemental bracket where we begin things with Andy versus Zach. And then we'll move down to Killua versus Enz. And the winner of those 2 matchups will meet in the finals. And then one of them will become the champion. We're going to go ahead and get started right with the first matchup and take a look at the tail to tape as we look at the nice scenery that Vigils has to offer. With that being said, man, I'm SG, and let's take a look at the tail to tape. All right, Andy coming in as the -400 favorite, Zach a +300 underdog. It's going to be a very intriguing fight because, listen, Andy's in the #2 guild Vibrant, and that's one of the main reasons why the odds makers made him a -400 favorite. Do I agree with that? Not particularly. I mean, with all the respect, I don't think a guy making his debut should ever be this big of a favorite, but realistically speaking, we're gonna see how the things play out. It's gonna be a very intriguing fight. The winner of this will move on to the finals. May the best man win. We're about to get started in just a second, waiting on the overlay to come up, the bell to ring, and then the fight will be on. All right, fight's on. Straight away, going right to the action. Nice little flame scourge pulls him right in. Lightning stream, teleports with it. Crit misses completely there. Nice M1s from Andy. Little thunder kick parried, Shadebringer rolled. Yeah, so far what we're seeing is going to be a mantra battle just between the 2 guys. Just assuming and going off of their builds, they would have to have more song chanting than probably proficiency, so they're not going to be doing too much damage with their weapons. Rolls that crit nicely. Good crit there. Nice combos from Andy. Landing very nice work. Shadow gun gets through. Good lightning stream. It's actually trying to stay on the inside, or it's trying to stay at the outside, trying to, play a little bit of passive there. Shadebringer rolled, pulls him with the goddamn flame scourge once again. Good M1s. Oh, and Andy just going for a fucking jog. I don't know what he's doing there. Hey, man, I think you try to use a running crit. It's not really the smartest way to use it. Good jack kick here from Zach. Lands the M1, rising flame. Oh, and he's out. He's out. Honestly, I was not expecting him to get knocked out there. All right, first off, I want to talk about the replay. Let's go ahead and look at the replay. So to start things off in round 1, he ultimately caught Andy off guard with that flame scourge as soon as the round started. Then here, Andy goes for a freaking jog and just gets clipped with a massive aerial attack. Explosion procs right after that. And then from here, man, he gets to the finish with the jet kick. M1 lands, and then bam, rising flame, and he's out bad. Nasty win from Zach here in the first round, and he's gonna be moving to the finals to face the winner of the next fight. All right, Zach, listen, man. First round knockout in the goddamn tournament. How do you feel after a win like that? I mean, with all the respect, you look really good. Just tell me, man, how you feeling right now?
Feeling pretty good. Feeling like I'm gonna put some people in the grave.
Okay.
Dang, he got some ego. It ain't ego if it's true.
With that being said, we're going to move over now to Killua versus Enz. But listen, man, one thing with the DFC is that fights are going to be chaotic. This next fight is literally the epitome of chaos. I mean, we're talking about a guy from the UK versus a guy that's from the NA servers. And the thing is, these guys are both similar in skill, which means this fight could be very, very either one-sided due to the ping, or it can be an absolute war. So I can't wait to see how things go, man. 141 ping is absolutely abysmal for fighting in any server. But listen, Killua is going to be trying his best here. Fight's about to break down. Let's go ahead and see how things go. Fight's on. Flame Scourge feint. Aerial attacks from both. Oh, they both feinted their aerial attacks right into mantras here. Okay. A little bit of action going down. Good shadow gun landed there. Yeah, I'm liking how this fight's going so far. We're seeing absolute back and forth action thus far. And circle lands, gets through. Yeah, Killua was a very, technical fighter. He's very technical in his approach. When it comes down to landing in circle, he's able to land that quite a bit. So he might be going for that multiple times in this fight. Enz, on the other hand, is completely unorthodox. I mean, we're talking about a style of guy who is literally down with the fundamentals of spamming mantras, right? Not fundamental in the sense of Deepwoken, but fundamental as in spamming mantras. I mean, this guy is a freaking demon at doing that. But he does it in such a way that it's almost like, hey, there's technique behind it. All right, misses that vicious descent though. Yeah, Killua so far is getting tagged up, man. He's got to be careful. Got to try to be more defensively sound. He's able to parry. He's able to roll very well in the servers. And you also have to think about, the ping difference here. Is that ping a massive factor, obviously? Crit parried. That little crit had missed there. Blood curdle, no. Yeah, right now it's kind of turned into an M1 battle with a little bit of mantras getting mixed in. Good Shadow Vortex though, but nobody gets completely countered out. Saint's Blade gets through. Yep, he completely canceled that one out. 38 seconds left in round number 1. Killer was taking substantial damage. I'm not too sure we can see N's health. I kind of don't like the fact we can only see one person's health. I would like to see both, but it is what it is. We can't really dictate that. We are watching the referees can. Good Vein Breaker gets through. Oh, flings him with the goddamn Saint's Blade. He's got to be very careful, man. One more hit and Killer could very well be gone. Honestly, one more. Oh, good Rising Flame. Gets him with that. That was perfect there. And Circle, parried. Gets through with the crit. Oh, Razor Blitz. Okay, bro, the ref needs to fucking adjust his camera, dog. All right, we got 3 seconds left in the round. All right, and Killua survives as the round ends, man. So right here, the regular strikes between Killua and Ends, they both were literally exactly the same. I mean, this is probably the rarest thing ever when it comes down to the DFC, realistically speaking. This shit is not going to happen for a long, long time. And I can't wait to see how things play out in the second round. Let's go ahead and get right to it. Oh, these guys are fighting early. They got to chill out. Relax, relax.
Early fighting.
All right.
Chill out.
Hit me first.
Referee calms down the situation as well. We're about to get this thing underway. Round 2 coming up. Flame Scourge rolls straight away. Looks where Saint's Blade doesn't get it off. A crit missed, I believe. I think that was a crit that he used. Nice little Shadow Eruption gets through. Uses Bell nicely there. And yeah, this is the first time we're seeing Bell being used in the DFC. Very surprised that the last fight didn't have guys using Bells. I was kind of expecting them to use something at the very least to change up the flow of the combat. Pulls him with the Flame Scourge nicely, does Killua. Killua landing a nice combo here, man. Ends has to be more defensively sound. He's just going forward and just fucking gritting down on the mouthpiece. It's not going to be enough. Good, lands that clean. Crit gets parried. Nice wind gun, man. I'm liking wind gun from Ends. It doesn't land that often, but when it does land, it really is pretty significant. Obviously, though, it's not very significant in the sense of it doing hella damage. It's just something to really get your opponent to think. Smite now being used from Killua, very surprising here. Yeah, just kind of a back and forth tit for tat battle here in this round. The first round was definitely Ends. This round, you could definitely say is more close. A little bit of lag there, it looked like. And yeah, one thing I like too about Killua's approach, using Smite will definitely change the fight because Smite is much, more of a high pressure bell. It's something that you have to react to right away because if you don't, you're going to take extra damage and you don't want to be giving up any amounts of health to your opponent inside the DFC. Yeah, and trying to set up a combo there, doesn't get it to go. Yeah, good crit landed from Killua there. I'm liking that crit. That's good for the Rising Flame, doesn't get it off. A little bit of M1 battle now. Ends lands his last M1, his flourish. Crit gets rolled. 21 seconds to go. Vicious Descent gets through for Ends. He might get the finish right here. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless right now. Killua's got to be careful, man. He is so low. Holy hell. Pulls him in. Shadow Roar. Oh, and he's out bad. He's out bad. Listen. Okay, listen. I'll be honest, right? Obviously, we couldn't see his health, but I knew that for a fact that Ends was definitely getting a little bit low there. All right, listen, let's go ahead and look at the replays real quick. So obviously, Ends had Killua hurt multiple times in the fight. Right here, the Vicious Descent landed. Crimson Rain, M1 lands, bro. Just one more hit and Killua would have been out of there. Like, look at this, bro. Look, and then in round 1, he had him hurt bad, right? Vein Breaker landed. Boom, Saint's Blade flings him across the goddamn arena. But right here, Killua just fucking flipped the script. Just pulled him in. Bam! And a Shadow Roar right afterwards, and it seals the deal. Killua with a freaking second round knockout, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Listen, bro. Killua got things done. Let's go ahead and interview him, get his thoughts, pick his brain, see what he has to say. Because honestly, that was a fucking great performance. All right, listen, Killua, man, you just won the second round by knockout. Tell me, man, how do you feel right now? And you're going to be heading into the finals to face Zach. So tell me about that and how you feel about him as an opponent.
No words need to be said. Oh, he did not say that. He said that these peasants are not looking all that good. These fights are pretty average. That's what he said. That good.
They're pretty average, not that good.
Soon.
Might need to retire soon. Hey, very, very interesting words to say, but hey, good fights. Okay. I mean, listen, with all due respect, that was a close fight, but hey, look. He says what he says. He got the win. He got the knockout. And now he's moving to the finals to fight for the freaking belt. Anyways, let's take a look at the bracket real quick, man. Andy versus Zach. Zach wins. Killua versus Ends. Killua wins. So, with that being said, you know what's next to make. Before we get to the finals, before we get to the gold, we got to talk about the losers bracket. Now listen, Andy and Ends both came here, and I want to give them a chance to leave with the win. So I'm going to be putting them against each other. Andy with the D-Spindle, Thunder, Flame, Gale, Frost, Blood, Shadow, every single attunement besides Iron Sing. And it's going to be a very, very interesting fight. I mean, with all respect, man. I'm kind of yapping at this point, but listen, you know what I'm trying to say, all right? We're going to move on to this freaking fight. It's going to be a banger, and I guarantee you the winner of this will definitely go on to rematch the winner of the finals. Well, I'm saying rematch like I know who's going to win, but listen, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get this fight started. Let's see. Whoever wins this will be leaving the tournament with a win, man. All right, fight's on. Both guys running straight to the middle. Good clutch and Shadow gets through for Andy. Tries to follow that up with a nice little eruption there, but nope. Good M1s. Shadow gun rolled. Oh, good crit from Andy, though. That crit is money. I'm liking that crit because, listen, D-Spindle has a very nice crit. I mean, it auto guard breaks. It's a great crit. Like, with all due respect, bro. Like, a freaking light weapon having a crit that auto guard breaks and it's not a fist. It's just crazy shit. See, that missed completely there. Doesn't go for the crit, nope. Gets him with the Saint's Blade, little spin. Razor Bliss misses. And yeah, Ends just fucking spamming mantras at this point. I'd like to see the ref give a little bit of a warning there. Crimson Rain gets through. Shaybringer lands clean for Andy there. Vicious Descent parried once again. But Andy caught him as he was trying to cast. The Saint's Blade gets through for Ends. Ends with the goddamn tendril. Oh, nice combo from Ends here. Holy. A little bit of lag there. Good crit. Banebreaker parried. Okay, vents that. Okay. $33 seconds left. Blood Curdle got through. Good Banebreaker. 29 seconds in round number 1. Will Andy go down or will Ends go down, man? Let's find out, man. M1's back and forth. Ends definitely dominating the majority of the round so far, but Andy's had some success. Andy going on the freaking jog once again like he did in the fucking first fight. Good M1's land. Rolls that crit. Rolls that once again. Bam! And he's out. And he's out. I knew that was gonna happen. All right, listen. Andy has a freaking tendency now that it seems like to continuously turn his back to try to use the running crit. Let's go ahead and look at the replay. So listen, right here, Andy just got hit with a nasty combo. You have to vent out of it to prevent the Razor Bliss from landing. If that Razor Bliss would have landed, who knows if it would have got out of it. And then right here, Andy goes for a freaking jog, gets hit by the crit, and just ultimately getting backed up, man. And right here, man, the finish, he just rolls, and then he catches him with that perfect Saint's Blade, puts him out bad, knocks him out against the arena, and it's done from there. Ends, bro, you did very good in this fight, right? You lost your first one. Now you're back here with the win. Tell me, man, how do you feel your career is going to go? And how do you feel about a win like that? I mean, how do you feel after a win like that?
You're pretty good. I feel like I have a bright future ahead of me.
All right, thank you very much, Ends. And now we move over to the next fight, which is going to be the finals of the DFC Elemental Tournament. All right, let's take a look at the tail of the tape. We got Zach taking on Killua. Both guys are demons in their very own right. However, looking at the ping difference, Killua is still at that ping disadvantage as he faces a guy that has a closer ping to him, but it still is going to be an issue for him. However, the swing speed dropping off is going to be a big thing for Zach. And on top of that, the damage with the M1s will be a difference as well. With that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this matchup, man. I can't wait to see how things play out. And the fight's on. Flame Scourge trade to start things off, man. Nicely done. M1's miss. Back and forth action here. Yeah, they were both kind of just missing their M1s at range. Okay, Zach landed some M1s, vents right out of it, does Killua. I'm like him using that vent so early though. I wouldn't have vented that early if it was me. But hey, let me not critique him too much. You know, I'm not the one fighting. Gets the wayward off, rolls the crit nicely. Go to the jet kick. Nice little explosion proc off of that M1. Shadow Eruption misses. Yeah, Zach just not pairing the M1s well. If I'm Killua, I'm just throwing that M1 the same exact way, just delay a little bit and then just throw. Ooh, nice little guard break with the Rising Flame. That wasn't Rising Flame, that was a Fire Blade. I said Rising Flame because he used it right after. But listen, let's see. Encircle lands clean. Does pull him with the Flame Scourge. Good Fire Blade once again. Killua just landed that Fire Blade over and over again, man. Yeah, Zach has to be careful, man. Zach is already very low and there's a lot of time left in the round, bro. 49 seconds of work left in this very first round. Zach might be going down here. Pulls him with the Flame Scourge. Killua might be getting the finish right now, man. 40 seconds. Zach with one back of his own. Rolls that. By impact misses. We got 30 seconds left. 27 now. Yeah, I'm not too sure how Zach is surviving this right now. I think it's because Killua is not really applying the pressure as much, but he's definitely going forward good. Lands the M1s. Nice crit lands for Zach. Zach now coming back with a combo of his own. Meter impact rolled, or parried. I don't even know how to speak anymore. Encircle lands clean for Killua here in this Elemental Championship bout. Pulls him in with a Flame Scourge to Zach, and the round is now over. All right, listen, man. Very nice round thus far. I'm liking what I'm seeing. However, real quick, let's talk about the strikes of this fight. So in round number 1 of the championship bout, Zach threw about 35 M1s, Killua threw about 44. However, when we look at mantras, that's where the things really just get different, right? Zach, 17 for 30, Killua 12 for 21. But listen, man, Killua was definitely winning the round, or he was winning that round, and now he's definitely winning the fight. Yeah, will he be able to win this fight, though? We're going to find out just pretty soon, man. A little bit of talking from the coaches of Killua here.
Try to use more shadow. Try to use more shadow.
Killua trains with Dylan, who will be fighting later on in the tournament. All right, real quickly, since you, the viewer, are watching right now, I want to give you the opportunity to join the DFC. There's a Discord in the description. Once you join that and you sign into the sign-in channel, you'll be allowed to fight at DFC events. So if you like PvP and Deepwoken and want to test yourself in the DFC, go ahead and join that Discord down below and make sure you subscribe. With that being said, man, we got round 2 action on our hands. Good Fire Blade gets parried there. Zach doing some good work with the M1s. I'm liking that. He's a little bit unorthodox in his approach. He stays very stationary at times and goes forward and just lands at unorthodox times. He's kind of like timing his M1s a little bit. Pulls in with the Flame Scourge, heals off of it as well. Good Flame Scourge for Killua, gets the guard break as well. Rising Flame. Yeah, just kind of a back and forth fire on fire action. Lightning Stream misses there from Zach. Oh, Rising Thunder hits the referee. Gotta be careful with that.
My bad.
Now listen, obviously the ref's gonna get hit. They're super close to the action so they can see every single thing. Oh, and the referee is now rolling. You gotta roll, ref. Gotta roll, man. All right, pulls him with the Flame Scourge. Nicely done from Zach there. We got 50 seconds to go.
You're healing our Shadow
They're
Blade
telling him to
go.
roll. Nice little explosion proc from Zach there. I don't know why it's getting blurry. All right, we got 37 seconds left. I guess the referee's out of water or something. But yeah, 33 seconds left in the round. Killua is trying to knock out Zach here as we get to the third. Oh, good crit lands. Good explosion proc from Killua. And Circle gets through as well. Nice combo as someone got pulled in. It looked like Zach was very focused on ends getting dragged into the arena there. And the Rising Flame puts him away.
GG.
All right, so in this replay right here, Killua lands a nice Fire Blade, sets up a combo, Rising Flame, and if that meteor impact would have landed, that could have been a substantial amount of damage, which it already was. And then right here, the crit lands, gets through the explosion part of the M1s, nice little combos there. And then right here, we saw the finish, just Rising Flame. Zach he tried to react to it, but it wasn't enough. You know, it wasn't enough to react to it, if that makes any sense. I don't know why I hesitated too much saying that shit, but listen, very nice performance on Killua, basically dominated the entire fight. Zach had some success, but it wasn't enough to win the championship belt. And we got our first elemental champion in Killua.
Pedestrian runs into the cage.
All right, listen, Killer, man, you got things done in the second round via knockout once again. And now you can call yourself the champion of the Elemental Division. Tell me how that feels, how you feel right now about your opponents. Just tell me, man, what's really your thoughts here?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. These guys they're pretty free, pretty free. I'd like to see some better competition, really. This is pretty bad, personally. At least for me, anyway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your Elemental Champion, Killua, got things done in the second round by knockout. All right, with that said, we're now done with the Elemental bracket. Andy leaves 0-2, Zach leaves 1-1, Enz leaves 1-1, and Killua leaves as the champion, undefeated 2-0. All right, but listen, bro, let's go ahead and move on to the medium division as we go ahead and get to the next goddamn tournament of the DFC championship tournaments. Now, a name that's well known with medium weapons is Maestro. He's a legendary trainer that resides in Vigils, and he's given us access to the Isles to go ahead and host this event. With that being said, man, we're moving to the division that he likes the most, the medium division, where we have Og taking on Dylan. And the winner of this fight will be the first ever champion of the medium division. Let's go ahead and get into the tail of the tape as things go ahead and break down. Dylan coming in as a slight favorite, using the Alloyed Vigil Longsword. Og using the Emperor's Edge, Thunder Call, Attunementless, Jet Striker on Jet Striker, and of course, the biggest discrepancy is in the range. All right, Dylan on the left, Og on the right. This fight's about to go down. First ever fight in medium history. Winner of this will be the champ. All right, fight's on. Let's go ahead and see. Jet Kick misses from Og there. Good prominence draw gets through for Dylan. Prominence draw delayed for Og, doesn't get through. A little bit of lag there, it looked like. Nice little Jet Kick, nice combo from Dylan so far. Rising Thunder gets through, lands clean. Misses the goddamn Thunder Kick. Parries back and forth, strong left roll. Here's a little two-piece combo on the referee there. Pretty funny. But Dylan is definitely landing so far, doing a lot of good work. 1 minute 30 seconds left in the round. Good uppercut, lands the Jet Kick, nice little freaking combo. Rising Thunder, and he's out. He's out bad. My God. Okay, well, that was the fastest fight of the entire tournament so far. What the fuck? Let's take a look at the replay real quick. So obviously right here, uppercut lands, then we saw the Jet Kick, and then from there, a nice freaking Rising Thunder to seal the deal. Man, I don't know what to say. I'm not too sure if anybody could beat Dylan. Listen, this guy's a demon. This guy's a freaking demon. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and get to the interview. Let's see what he has to say after a win like this. All right, Dylan, bro, you're the first ever medium champion. And I know you just said 5-bar, but tell me, man, how do you feel after a win like that? And how long do you think you're going to be champion? Because I don't think anybody beat you.
I feel quite amazing, actually. I took practices with Killua as the #1 mage here. Got one. We both practiced together in the ages of Deepwoken, in the depths, anywhere. Take pride from him. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Dylan, your medium champion, first ever. Great freaking work. All right, let's go ahead and congratulate Dylan real quick, man. First ever medium champion, got things done in dominant fashion, literally like the quickest fight of the goddamn tournament. I blinked and the fight was over. That's really what it felt like. But listen, with all due respect, that ends things in the medium bracket, as now we move over to the final division in the DFC, which is the heavy division. And we have two guys looking to make an absolute statement here in the heavy division. We got Skill taking on Matt, an absolute firefight between two of the most chaotic fighters we can find. Let's see how things play out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tail of the tape. The winner of this will become the first ever heavy champion. Skill coming in as a near even guy alongside Matt, who is also near even. Taking a look at the difference here, we got Kanabo versus Railblade. It's gonna be a very intriguing fight. Can't wait to see how things play out here between both of these guys. With all that said, let's go ahead and move over now to the fight.
Little freaky. So you have to think about what he's going to do.
I've got contingency plans for this. Don't worry. I've got solid moves for each play style. I have counters for this. I'm ready.
A little bit of talking going back and forth here.
Right, you got this, bro.
They talk about their game plan. Okay.
Solid moves, bro.
They don't know what I got in store. I'm ready. I'm feeling for it.
All right, Skilled is on the left. Matt is on the right. Winner of this will be the first ever heavy champion. Let's see how the final fight goes in the tournament, man. All right, fight's on. Flame Ballista from Skilled lands it nicely. Ashland misses. Good running attack lands. That's a Rising Flame, man.
Careful, man. Be careful.
Radiant Dawn gets through. Combo crit lands. That was nasty.
Baby.
That was nasty.
Oh my.
Holy hell, man. That's for his nice little aerial attack. Matt got to be careful, man. He's taking too much damage so far. But I like what his coaches are saying. Good crit. Nice little exhaustion strike gets through. Both guys just going back and forth, tit for tat. Battle thus far. Like I said, this is going to be the most chaotic fight of the goddamn tournament.
Here it is
Holy
again.
hell.
Ooh.
M1's land. Misses that revenge, though. Table flip misses.
You got this, man.
Ashlam gets through.
You need more pressure. You need more
Matt trying to get through with the crit, doesn't get it. Good Radiant Dawn. Can't set it up again. Can't get the same thing off. Good goddamn explosion proc there. Nice crit lands clean. Nice little detonation proc. Holy hell. Lands a strong left. Skill nearly out. I don't know how he's still standing. Freaking table flip missed. Nice M1 landed. Just one more hit from Matt and he would get him out. I don't know what to say. Rising Flame and he's out. What the fuck?
It is a knockout.
Okay. Well, just straight chaos. Just straight chaos, man. Straight chaos. Like I said, like I predicted, this is going to be the most chaotic fight and he got it done just then. Holy hell, man. Skill with a nasty performance. Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay real quick. So right here, Skilled lands a Radiant kick right into the freaking combo crit, gets the knockdown. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. He didn't get the knockout from that, but listen, bro, he got the knockout right here after Matt completely fumbled his combo and then got hit by the Rising Flame. And then right here, the kick sealed the deal and ended the night. And we got our first ever heavy champion. Great work from Skilled.
Careful, man. Be careful.
Oh, you already know what's happening.
Oh, yeah, baby.
All right, listen, Skilled, man. You looked great. You got things done in the very first round. Tell me about the performance. Tell me about the preparation. And ultimately, tell me how you feel now being the first ever heavy champion of the DFC.
All I'm saying is they don't call me the Flame God for nothing. I came in here strong with a plan in mind, and I executed. They getting jumped after this.
I gotta hold this man back.
I have a plan in mind for each fight, man. No matter what playstyle he had, I had ideas. I had Flame Leap, Flame Ballista if he decided to play passive. I had Rising Flame Strong Left if he wanted to get into my face. I was ready for it.
All right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, your heavy champion, Skilled, looking like an absolute G. You know what I'm saying? The Flame God got things done in the first round against a very tough opponent. And with that said, bro, that's going to be ending the DFC Championship tournaments. Look, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe. But one thing I will say, though, is you have to go ahead and stay tuned for DFC 1 as it drops pretty soon. Of course, in the main event, we got Skill taking on Cap. And in the co-main, we're going to have Killua versus Ends 2 in a rematch. And then finally, the featured fight will be Dylan versus Lucky. 3 absolute bangers at DFC 1. Go ahead and watch the pay-per-view. It's about to be time. Completely free, by the way. It is not pay-per-view, but it's pay-per-view, if you understand what I'm saying. Anyways, peace out. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace out, man.
All the champions together. Look at us go. We all look cute.
I'm gonna get you, bro. I'm gonna get you, bro.
I'm gonna get you.
I want to rerun.
Let me get that light build real quick.